This video is sponsored by the Casper mattress. In today's video, we're taking a look at what happens when you combine superglue with a warm borax solution. The result will surprise you, and I'm not saying that in a clickbait way. I mean, it surprised the heck out of me, so it'll probably surprise you too. Here's the basic idea. We'll dissolve some borax into some hot water, and then we'll add superglue to it in increasingly large quantities. We'll then watch what happens when we introduce a large quantity of our superglue into the borax solution very rapidly. First, let's get a pot of hot water and add our borax. Warm borax solution and an eyedropper full of cyanoacrylate or superglue. The superglue catalyzes immediately on contact with the boric acid, and it comes out in these really cool patterns that just kind of look like pieces of plastic floating through water, or maybe pieces of coral or something organic. I don't know, it's really bizarre. At this point, they're also completely catalyzed. They're not sticky anymore. There's no superglue left over. It's just catalyzed plastic. Not terribly durable. It feels kind of hard, but you can usually just tear them apart if you're determined. We've seen that the superglue turns white when it hits our borax solution, and I think we can add a little bit of color using some alcohol ink. You can see that it mixes in quite well with the superglue. It doesn't cause it to catalyze or anything like that. So now let's see what happens if we drip some of the orange superglue down into our pot. We definitely have managed to dye the superglue and dye the plastic that forms when we inject it down into the borax solution. You may have also noticed that it was going a tiny bit slower this time, and that's actually due to the heat. It reacts a lot quicker in very warm water, and now this has been out here for just long enough to start cooling down. To scale this up one step, let's make a slightly larger batch of our borax solution and then fill this tray. I want to see if we can draw cool designs using the superglue right into the liquid. It's not the prettiest crown I've ever seen, but it'll do. The King of Random crown, a little bit different from how we're used to seeing it maybe. That really just looks like crystal growth or coral or something. We've got this big glass cookie jar, and we're gonna fill this up with hot borax solution. We're then going to dye some of our cyanoacrylate glue and fill a small water balloon with it. We'll suspend that water balloon underneath the borax solution and then pop the balloon, instantly exposing all of that glue to the borax solution around it. This should be fun. Guys, I want to take a quick minute and talk about Casper, the sponsor for today's video. We should be spending 1/3 of our lives in bed, so why not make sure that bed is super comfortable? If you are looking to upgrade your quality of sleep, you can now get $50 off of select mattresses from Casper. Just go to casper.com/thekingofrandom and enter promo code TheKingOfRandom. The Casper brand mattress is carefully engineered with several types of layered memory foam to give you just the right combination of support and sinking in. Even though this is a nice, thick, very squishy mattress, they do manage to smash it down small enough that it fits in an impressively small box when it arrives. It is still a decent sized box because it's holding a mattress, but it looks way too small to be holding this. When you're buying a Casper mattress, you're buying directly from the company, you're cutting out the middleman, and you save on those costs. You don't have to pay someone else to be storing it in their warehouse and then showing it off and then all of the salesman fees and stuff like that. You're just getting the Casper mattress directly from the people who make it. After you get your mattress, you have a 100-day sleep on it trial, which means you get to have this bad boy for over 3 months, making sure that it is the mattress you love. And if you don't like it, they have a no-hassle free return. Thank you to Casper for providing my mattress and for sponsoring today's video. Remember, you can now get $50 off of select mattresses by going to casper.com/thekingofrandom and entering the promo code TheKingOfRandom. I'm trying to use about half of the super glue in the one balloon. Perfect. Okay, 3, 2, 1. No! Didn't have enough pressure. orangey pink. All right, well, it's gonna have that much air in it. Okay, so I'm gonna put it under, squeeze, and then stab it. Ah, that's amazing. Little pockets of the glue got trapped, and those are just activating as they pull and leak their way forward. Piece of my glove got glued in place onto the balloon. That is the result of the super glue catalyzing catastrophically and immediately with the borax solution. It's kind of weird. It feels as if you took like thin plastic bags and then melted it down into a blob. So there's like really rigid parts, but then the edges of it are like very flimsy, thin plastic still. I'm trying to just tear it in half. I dip it down into the borax solution because I don't know if there's going to be bits of it that haven't catalyzed, and I don't want to get those all over my hands and glue my gloves together. Expands a lot. That is way bigger than the balloon I put down in there. And this thicker portion is actually the line along which the balloon ruptured. So we have it tore open right here and right here. And then these pieces were a little slower to move out of the way as the whole thing expanded. So yeah, you can sort of see the egg shape of the balloon and then all of the pieces that erupted out of it. That is a really cool reaction with a really cool result. You know, looking at it, I'm not sure if I like the exploding balloon better or the leaking balloon better that gave us these like cool snake things. Both of them I thought turned out really well. This first one with the orange plastic didn't have the same result as the second one. And that's because something about the cyanoacrylate glue makes the latex rubber of the balloon not be very stretchy. So even though it was full of liquid and underwater, it didn't really have any pressure to pop apart. So when I stabbed it, it didn't rip open, it just sort of started leaking out of that one hole. That's why for the second one, I was actually squeezing the balloon as I hit it with the needle, and that made it tear open all at once. Guys, the fun is not over. There's more for you to see. That box up at the top will transport you directly to our last video, and you should go check that out. The box at the bottom will show you what YouTube thinks you should be watching next. And this bomb in the middle will subscribe you to our channel so you never miss a video. Don't forget to ring that bell, and we will see you in the next one. Talk to you then.